Good evening. We're making a little soggy and just down from Albany, and boy am I glad to be. It's good to see you tonight, and truly a great honor to be here. In fact, an honor and the sort of privilege that one does not necessarily expect to get in one's career, especially not if one's relationship with that which he's honoring is one of the small child or young man desperately excited and privileged just to participate in the place. And that's really my feeling about Russ and Daughters. And it's especially meaningful to do it here at the foundation, because to connect my feeling and the feeling that's reflected throughout this city and this country and the diaspora in many ways about Russ and Daughters and what it represents gives it, I think, the appropriate depth that it deserves. So I need to admit something. When I first ran for the state senate, I was fairly young and I was a long shot. And the first day I really realized I was running was Arab Yom Kippur in 2007. And I was in line at Russ and Daughters for a very long time. I got there early, as I've done for a long time. You see my wife and I, my girlfriend at the time, we host the breakfast. I'm the youngest of 5 children, the youngest of 9 cousins, and so the other holidays were taken. One brother hosts the first night of Passover, a cousin the second night. One brother hosts that time between Hanukkah and New Year's that isn't called Christmas. Another cousin hosts a get-together in midsummer. By the time I came along, the breakfast was what we had, and thank goodness we had Russ and Daughters. Waited online, I ordered what I ordered, about twice as much as the number of people are justified. I went home and I said to my girlfriend, I really need to do this, because if I do, I will represent Russ and Daughters. Can you imagine? And she said, no, and even if you win, you better wait online. She's the wiser of the two. So I was successful, and I've been really proud to represent Russ and Daughters and continue to wait online. Not just because I am lobbying to have a sandwich named after myself. The roe cream cheese with salmon, whitefish salad, shredded whitefish, and the wasabi roe, and everything made it a reality if you're taking notes. But also because it really is more than food. And the previous honoree quite eloquently sort of talked about the order and the meaning. I think that for the Foundation for Jewish Culture to honor Russ and Daughters as the final award of the evening is appropriate, because in many ways food in our culture and in our families is the foundation in a true way. And this story and this family, Nikki and Josh, Mark, the generation above, the daughters and the original founder, represent a foundational part of what it means to be Jewish, living in the diaspora, living in a city that has meant so much to the Jewish people. Because of the continuity, because of the connection to history and legacy, and because of the extent to which, as the secular Judaism expands, the culture and the food and the history is such an important touchstone for the next generation and the generation after that. It really is the foundation to so much that really is at risk, but must not be lost. And it's particularly true when you think about the spirit of Tikkun Olam, of charity and giving back that we saw after Sandy, when the first store opened on the Lower East Side while there was still power out was Russ and Daughters. When there were hundreds of seniors stuck in their building without power or any way to get out or get water, it was Russ and Daughters that built care packages and delivered them door to door in the neighborhood. It was Russ and daughters and Nikki and Josh who called and said, what more can we do? So it's a great honor to end the evening with the foundation of the culture. In my view, the foundation of all things good. And by that I mean food and the way that it connects to who we are. By that I mean this tradition and institution and what it means to our city and our people. And of course I mean those 3 to 5 hours every year, Arab Yom Kippur, that mean more to me and to hundreds of others, all of those who got there first, than just about anything else, and are the beginning of an entry into the real depth of our history that many of us don't experience every day, but when we do, really connects us to what matters most. So it's with great honor that I call up Nikki Russ veteran, Josh Russ veteran, Mark Russ veteran.
I need to start off by pointing out that we do offer every year to Daniel that he can actually place an order before Yom Kippur, so he does not need to wait in line. He's a busy man. As you can see, he raced down from Albany to be here. But no, Daniel, the senator, always refuses. I think he realized that he has a captive audience of all of his constituents stuck in one place. A man walks into an appetizing store. He breathes in, taking in that characteristic aroma that can only come from the commingling of smoked fish, pickled herrings, fresh breads, dried fruits, and sweets. He breathes out. Ah, he says, I smell Judaism. True story. And stories like that happen pretty regularly at Russ and Daughters. This coming year, Russ and Daughters will celebrate its 100th anniversary. That's 100 years and 4 generations worth of slicing fish, kibitzing across the counter, and obsessing over quality. But it is also 100 years worth of history. History on the Lower East Side, history with our customers and our staff. It's 100 years worth of brisses, bar and bat mitzvahs, weddings, and inevitably shivas. We have been honored to serve as a touch point in people's lives and to share in these important life events through our food. Because really, how else do Jews say, I love you, or I'm sorry for your loss, or mazel tov, than with a fatty whitefish, a nice herring, bagels, and vodka? In a city such as ours, where everything is always changing, Russ and Daughters offers a counterpoint. That is a sense of continuity. It is the reassuring feeling you get when the pickle box still tastes the same way it did when you were a child, or the comfort that comes from seeing that Russ and Daughters is still there, its doors open for anyone to enter, whether you're coming for the first time or for 50 years. There is a saying that all roads lead back to Rome. But when it comes to the Jewish American experience, it appears to us that the road doubles back to the Lower East Side and to that tiny storefront on East Houston Street. Running an appetizing business is a lot of hard work. So why would 4 generations of our family be meshuggah enough to do it? And by family, I mean not only the Russes. I mean people like my incredible mother, who's here tonight. She ran the business for 30 years with my father. And our tireless team, some of whom are here tonight as well. The rest of the team had to actually keep the store open. They deserve the biggest applause. So why? more than a commercial transaction, more than the mere buying and selling of food. It's a place where relationships are forged, stories are shared, memories resurface, and traditions celebrated. We thank the Foundation for Jewish Culture for honoring us today and for the incredible work that you do. But frankly, you are honoring us for something we love, keeping our culture alive and vibrant through our food.